players who have come into this franchise and made something special happen as the Minnesota Lynx 34-10 on the season. A historic year it has been for this group. And they started off with exceptionally well here at home, 20-2. They have protected home court very well. Timmy, Benley back the other way, and the answer at Golden State. Minnesota has won all 4 regular season matchups now in the playoffs here. Veronica Burton looking to turn the tide for the Valkyries and the May 3. Minnesota did very well because she was a part of that 2017 WNBA champion Lynx team the last time this group won it. And Veronica Burton again.
Who to get the ball to, when and where. I call it the 3 W's.
Off the rebound. And here come the Valkyries up ahead to Benley. Nice.
They also play in the gaps and no personnel, and they also have a rim presence between Collier and Smith. As Collier drives, gets bumped, and one.
They wanted to see from her group leading by 7 to 3 and extends the lead out now to double digits with the make for Salon.
In the first quarter, and one of the keys was defending the 3-point line for Minnesota.
McBride with the take to the bucket and gets the fans right back in it.
Because they can go off the bounces, you got to get out of the gap to contest.
Letitia Heidemann off the bench, and everybody erupts inside the target center. Heidemann with the right take finds Shepard, the extra pass out to McBride. 3 McBuckets. What you know about Lil Debbie?
I know. I know it when I see it. What's going
Benley
on?
gets it to roll in.
What's going on with Benley?
8 points now for Benley. Shepard curling around, put back, puts it in. Game kind of between Benley and Burton for the scoring for the Valkyrie, and now Salon, who's also been a nice compliment.
3 dinners together as a team, so they probably could give you a good restaurant review at Shepard with back-to-back offensive rebounds.
And alive for Minnesota. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Heidemann, another great look. This time she drills it. From Minnesota.
2-for-1 opportunity here for the Valkyries. Man, they step into them, don't they? Boy, they are ready on the catch and shoot. Well, Benley's going to set it. She set one.
Salon, she says, why not? Let me keep the party going from 3.
Good wall up defensively by Collier, and then nice job rebounding and quickly getting up the floor. Look at Heidemann handle. And the spacing off from Minnesota.
3 to go on the shot clock. McBride puts it up and in.
But when you can get a bucket like McBride, you just find space, if you will.
Yeah, the All-Stars improved her efficiency tremendously this season as Burton wide open look for a 3. And she hits the
transition into their offense.
Shepard goes baseline, working around the rim, stays with it and in.
Really nice job of keeping her dribble alive and use.
And here come McBride and the Lynx, who have been the best team all season via their record 34 wins.
And you have all 5 starters back from last year's Game 5 in overtime against the New York Liberty.
Benley with a nice take that you mentioned.
Last year between New York and Minnesota. That must have taken some time.
Oh, time indeed, but committed to the craft. They're getting better, and how about it, the old board from Letitia Heidemann. On the inbound, there's Carlton, gets it. She's guarded by Burlton. And there's going to be an intentional foul.
Yeah. Minnesota really picking it up right here. Good switch.
Xander Lassini,
what a take,
with the make to the cup by Xander Lassini. Here comes Collier. Collier, who we saw shoot the first 3 shots, trying to get her in rhythm, establish her back again.
Well, the depth's on display for the Lynx. 15 points off the bench. Golden State doesn't have any.
Benley right there absorbs the contact, puts it in. After the first quarter, Minnesota has not shooting sharp here in this second quarter and continuing to carry over. Kayla McBride, 2 for 3. And you just look at all areas of her game, just so difficult to defend or find areas where she could get better. Xander Lassini, wow, what a tough move and take. And Collier, who had 11 first half points, she scored the first point of the game, and she scores the first point for the Lynx to start the third quarter.
Great. Minnesota execute. You don't want to play a high possession game with Minnesota.
And the 3-ball is true for Smith, her second.
She'll be a first-team all-defensive player. She might be Defensive Player of the Year. There's some that think she will win that award.
She could be in the conversation as Courtney Williams on the steal and the bucket and one. Over on ABC when ours concludes. And Courtney Williams there with the mid-range. And that was a tough contested shot. That second quarter. So they have found their rhythm. And out of that timeout, we saw Golden State take, and that's exactly what Burton's done. Can she do it on the defensive end? Great look for 3 from Fee, and she knocks it down. Well, obviously you have one of the best players in the world in Nafisa Collier on your team, but also you've got sharpshooters like Kayla McBride, who keeps stepping up year after year.
Tougher to make shots now for the Valkyries. I think they need to try to get some rim presence.
What a find and a cut to Fee. Williams to Fee for 2. Get back into it. That's what they pride themselves. Defense to offense. A good example right there on cue. Kate Martin with the steal. She tries to get rewarded on the other end and does as she knocks down the transition 3. These Minnesota Lynx championship contenders yet again. Led by Nafisa Collier. Off-balance shot still rolls in.
Oh, that is so tough.
The spacing on the floor for Minnesota is terrific.
I think you want to be very careful with the franchise.
Carrington for 3. Courtney Williams, so cold.
Williams gets skinny over the top of the ball screen. Carrington stuffs the backdoor cut.
Showman, the defending champion New York Liberty on the road in Phoenix for game 1 as Courtney Williams comes right out the break after that game 5 overtime loss to New York. And they've just gotten stronger, deeper, and more connected. And you got here to this point. They could have been as high as a 6 seed.
Yeah, this is a good team. I mean, this is just, Minnesota is a championship caliber, ready to win, wants the title.
Williams finds Heineman. Sub-buzz connection.
Back to the zone.
Kasu on the make. Nice find from Klindakova to Laurie Kasu.
Leg, lower leg.
And one of those iron women in the WNBA as Kate Martin knocks down her second 3. And as time winds down, the Minnesota Lynx claim game 1 here in the Target Center, 101-72.